Hi, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck happens in YouTube atheist community and cicada outrageous noise fun. No, debate night fun. Anyway, yes, really loud. Just really getting bad. Anyway, last night, stickam thingy, whatever, debate night, just kind of dragged along. Yeah, I have to go in with a better agenda, blah, blah, blah. Too many points where, I'm stuck being the only thing talking, and I really run out of shit to say, and blah, blah, blah. And, it's just I'm too unorganized. I just don't, I don't have a passion for it. And so it just feels like some kind of a tedious work project. There's just these trolls and the same old stupid arguments, and it's just not very pleasant. So I have to make it more pleasant. And you have to actually do something to make something change, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't do anything, so nothing changed. So yeah, I have to work on that. So anyway, there was this Kyle guy with a funny hat showed up. And, very nice guy, actually. And so, he did make a contribution to getting Bonnie Girl, Link. She's a very good singer, guitar playing thing. And, she's just been using a stupid webcam, and it's really not adequate. So anyway, I have a donate link on the Do Not God website. So if you want to add a little bit of money in the next day or so. And, we'll get her, get a good mic and such. So yeah, good idea. Anyway, that was good. It's good to almost get something accomplished that might be good. So yeah, we'll do that. Do something productive. Anyway, so then Piro, I guess I just the rest of the night was just kind of. There's good moments, a little bit of funny moment here and there, but yeah, it was just kind of an average, not even average, it was probably below average, well, whatever it was, I don't know what it was, it was just a night. But yeah, later Piro came in, we had kind of a fight about everything, and, we were just talking about the whole, restructuring the format of, meaningful conversation, not just making YouTube videos, but making YouTube videos that say something, that are more than just some, I went to the store today and bought a soda and it got a leak in it and all the soda spilled, that kind of shit that, who cares, or cute kitty or all this other crap, and having some sort of, using this medium of back and forth communication to actually improve our rhetoric rather than degrade our rhetoric. So instead of always spiraling into the drama toilet of name-calling and ad hominem and, photoshopping and all this crap, that somehow there'd be a mechanism that forced the conversation to spiral in the other direction, where the argument would get more and more intelligent, not less and less intelligent. So, you need a balance of power to make that happen. You got to balance these interests between the consumers who want, people's eyes to get poked out, and, the players who just want the opportunity to win, and the umpire, authority, whatever guys who hopefully just want to ensure a good game. They just want to make something work. And that's their ambition. And that you balance power between these different interests and come up with a strategy that creates some kind of mechanism that creates content that is of sufficient value that it will glean enough support to support it. Yeah, not terribly complicated. But obviously creating mechanisms that do all of that, it is almost as substantial as writing a social contract, a constitution. You really do have to work at it. You really do have to have a mechanism that is repairable. That is, if you find a flaw in it or a leak in it or a security thing or whatever, that you can do something about it without breaking it altogether and starting over. That the mechanism is in a way self-correcting. And so, we've learned a lot through the other systems that we have in place in the world and how they have failed. And some of that knowledge can be applied to this mechanism. And so that's something to work on. But it's sort of a weird mix of engineering and then just the raw, competence to, write the software. I mean, there's two elements. There's two elements to software development. There's the conception, the idea guy, and then the, make it happen guy. Put it into practice guy, practical applicator kind of a thing. And I'm neither one, and I'm not sure which one Piro is, but regardless. So maybe we can do something, I don't know, maybe we can in some way understand, like, you do this part, I'll do this part, and we'll somehow just make our parts fit together, something like that. So anyway, but of course we'll want to do the parts that are not the parts we're good at, and that'll fuck everything up. Well, whatever, we'll see what happens. Maybe we can get somebody else involved who knows what the fuck they're doing, and they can do it even better. So anyway, I mean, they're valuable conversations, I think, just in weeding through the idea of what, what creates, that's the wrong word to use, but gleans out of something of value. Yeah, that was the key to going swimming. I'm not swimming, I'm floating. It's technically floating, he said. Anyway, so what else is there? They're just so loud. Fuck. They are really, really, really loud. I forgot how fucking loud they are. They're really loud. But I have this, sensitivity to light and sound things now, so maybe that's it. Maybe it's just making me crazy more for some reason. Anyway, so what else is news? Still working on different things, blah blah blah. 12 videos this week. Maybe I will go through them briefly. I really should take notes on my videos, but it's like every bit of time I can save, I try to save, in terms of, just, winging this shit out. And, I don't do these little things that might be very valuable in another context. And I probably should do something about that. Because, I look at my videos from a week ago and I don't know what the hell was that about? I have to think about it. And I figure that's a waste of time. So, anyway, we'll cut this here and I'll go for a run. And it's just it's so loud. I can't feel like I can get my sound even a couple of feet without it getting drowned out by the noise. I mean, listen to it over there. And that's it's really loud. Anyway, so next time. Shortly. Whatever. Yeah, add-on video, I guess. You only have about 8 minutes left on this camera, so that'll cut me down. Maybe shorten this. So there was a couple of videos I wanted to note anyway. So there is the old Snake Plissness with his eye back thing. There it is. With his eye back and all that kind of crap. Video of note, I guess, in some respect. I don't know why exactly. But irrelevant, doesn't matter. Boundless Eyes made a video. So there's a little bit of drama between her and Earl. Sort of that backseat driving your life kind of thing. It is kind of annoying, especially when you're kind of miserable. But yeah, whatever. Lots of interesting people on YouTube. but you know, interesting isn't always a good thing. But anyway, yeah. But boundless honesty, I do like her. She's interesting person. It's kind of running hot and cold lately, but you know that you know, life is like that. I don't know how people do it anymore. To tell you the truth, I find it just impossible to functionally live anymore. I mean, I get by because I have structure that just, you know, is sort of stable. But yeah, if it wasn't for that, I would be really a mess. So yeah, it's, you know, yeah, it's yeah, critiquing somebody else's personal life is really it's pointless. Just because there's just no, you know, what the hell is there to get excited about? I mean, damn. Ew. Anyway, I mean, you can just see your psychology playing you every day. It just plays you. You just see it. Oh, it's getting me all interested and excited. Oh, that's right. That's what it does before it, you know, lets me down, like, you know, throws me to the ground and steps on me and twists my head into the dirt. Yeah, that's what it does before it does all that crap. It gets me all interested and excited. Eek. Anyway, so then I guess I'll just do my videos here. Old fan made a video too, by the way. Yeah, she's back and you know, getting ready for school, doing the whole excited thing. You know, it is, you know, but you can see it in her eyes. It's coming to get me. The excitement. Yeah, it's coming to take my hand and lead me into the swamp of despair, right into Pierrot's swamp of despair. It's not really a bay or a sea. That's just what they put on it. It's really just a swamp. But anyway, whole separate thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could mention Pierrot's video. It's somewhere in here. They're talking about a little island life and the whole thing. It's somewhat interesting and charming and all that kind of crap, but I don't know if it's terribly practical. But anyway, we talked about all that and blah 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 blah. And the kind of I just going on and on about this multiculturalism crap, and it's like, well, who the fuck could possibly give a shit? I guess somebody could, but it's not me, obviously. In such. So anyway, I'll just load my toolbar thing that I am modifying slowly but surely, so eventually the new version will go public, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So it's a different videos that it actually loads. Loads a different section. Strange that it did it in this weird way. Yeah, it's already broken. Somebody broke it already. How come it's gone all long like that? I didn't design it to do that. Shouldn't be doing that. Well, anyway, this mostly works. Alright, so, yeah, I've got a load of videos here. So here's last week's MP3. And the what the fuck. So Das Spook. Yeah, I did Das Spook video, then junk video. I don't know, can't remember. Anti-nihilism is futile. That was another Luddite Returns response video. The Conscious Universe, it was just a general video about the fact that, yeah, the universe is really dumb. Anyway, Slings and Arrows, oh yeah, great text again. Then Luddite again, and then great text again, and then generally about the people again, and then imposition argument, that's the spook, and the right to die, and Brick Keen vlogs, and then comments, yeah, tranquil comments. Oh yeah, I should do his new comments. I don't know, just how much time is it worth wasting on him? Warbles, oh yeah, that's the stupid argument where he's, you know, saying atheists are autistic. It's just silly, stupid mush. So anyway, and then sufficient knowledge. It sort of relates to, well, you know, conference report is generally speaking about these different, well, whatever. There's no point in making a video about it, I guess. Well, I don't want to make a video about it, so maybe I'll just mention it. It's, you know, conference report did a video. And I sort of picking on this idea, you're either with us or you're against this kind of idea. You know, if you're not my friend, you're my enemy. You know, this kind of thing where you sort of got to pick sides. And I'm sort of, you know, I have a real, I find fence walkers obnoxious. And I've sort of metaphored it before, but they're sort of like a weight on in the rowboat. And it's like there's two sides that are going to row. And they're rowing in different directions. And it would be good for one side to win or the other side to win. and there's going to be a vote. But yeah, you need 50%. And nobody can get 50% because the lazy asses in the middle won't vote for either side because they don't want to row. That kind of thing. I mean, the fudgers in the middle can be so toxic in certain circumstances. And in a good war, having a bunch of these fence walkers, they just get in the way. You can't shoot the guys on the other side because all these fence walkers are in the fucking way. So in some respects, I think it's true that you're either going to be part of the solution or you're part of the problem. I mean, that's another way of saying it. But it sort of is the truth. I mean, you're either going to be, pulling the weight, pulling the chain, part of the revolution, or you're really a problem. You're just part of the dead weight we got to get out of the fucking way before we can get anything done. Kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm too much of a revolutionary to have any use for the uncommitted, wishy-washy, indecisive, mishy-mushy fuck-asses. Put on a uniform, choose a side, put on a uniform, yeah, and let's just get to it. Let's get this resolved. Let's not keep letting the nitpickers and the naysayers and the do-nothingers stand in the way of everything. Slow everything the fuck down into a grinding halt. It's like you're pushing the Sisyphus boulder, and the do-nothingers are just, they're just in lumps in the way, in the road. They're just bumps in the road. They're just things to push the boulder over. I mean, they're not pushing against you, but they're just not helping at all. They're just in the fucking way. So, fuck them. Yeah, pretty much. You almost could argue it's all the, it's the wishy-washy, mishy-mushy, socially religious, the ones who have no real commitment and just feed the engine of religion, that are the real problem. They're the ones that keep religion alive. If they would bail on the Pope and the rest of this bullshit, all that crap would crumble, because all they'd have is the lunatic fanatics, and they'd all fall apart. But it's the not make waivers, it's the I don't want anything to change assholes who just, keep it fucked. So, yeah, I sort of disagree. So anyway, yeah, that's enough probably. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say. And such. So, till next time, Icy Moment. She made a video too. It's sort of cute and interesting. It's just kind of funny. But anyway, she's doing her, whatever, Nordic thing or whatever you call that. Yeah, so very nice. I mean, it's just, it's nice that she seems quite enthusiastic, and that's good. Touch. No, it's better than being miserable and sad, so yeah, that's good. But whatever. I mean, be what you gotta be. I don't know. It's really hard just to say, oh yes, it's better to be happy. Well, of course it's better, but really, some things just, you shouldn't be happy accepting. So we're back to that whole one side or the other thing. I mean, it's almost, I'd rather people be, happy or miserable, not this shit in the middle. I mean, either let it kill you or live with it, but don't, I mean, either fight to fix it or acquiesce entirely. But yeah, don't just sit there and pretend there's not a problem. Or whatever, something like that. So, till next time.